Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now in this video, I'm going to discuss the rumors that are everywhere right now on social media regarding Neve Campbell and whether or not she is returning to Scream 7. Now just to recap this a little bit, we first heard this discussion kick up yesterday over at Beyond the Mask. And then today, it's been really spreading quite frankly everywhere. If you're on Twitter and even YouTube, it's really catching fire. And my good friend over at Critical Overlord posted a great video on it this morning as well, and giving his perspective and citing a bunch of other sources too about this situation. So I decided, you know what, before I weighed in on this and brought you guys my thoughts, I would at least touch base with my source to see if I could gain any clarity on this situation first. Well, I'm glad I did, because I in fact did get a better understanding of what's happening with Neve and her status for Scream 7, and I'm going to share that with you guys right now. Let's go!
It's David Arquette, Dewey from the Scream movies, as you know. Remember, there's only one rule to surviving a horror movie, and that's subscribing to Craving Something Scary.
So basically, just to recap this, and I actually did a video on this portion quite some time ago, at the Fan Expo in Denver is where this really all started, because there was a fan that had talked to Neve at the conference and our convention and asked her about if she was going to be in Scream 7 or some comment regarding Scream 7 and her involvement. And she made the very curious comment of saying, I don't think I can talk about that. And when this first came out, it immediately sounded very sus. I'm like, wait a second. This sounds like a legality, like legal talk. You know, this is something that you would say if you're, involved in a contract, or your agent would tell you to just kind of plead the fifth. And so it really was a contrast to what we saw from Neve last year. I think it was a year ago or more, when she came clean at a conference, very much with my friend Jose over at Master Chaos TV, when he met with her and asked her about Scream 6, and she made a really very clear, stern comment that, oh, I'm not going to be in that movie, and she was very upfront about that. And that story broke then regarding her coming out saying no. And then it was confirmed like everywhere in the press 2 or 3 days later. So when I first heard about this at the Expo convention, it immediately got all of my check engine lights going off, because it just was not what we saw from her. I'm like, if she's not going to be in 7, she would just say it. She's proven that last year. So anyway, I made a video about that in detail, and then things have kind of been quiet since, other than just speculating around. So, as I mentioned, the rumor started picking up yesterday when Beyond the Mask made a video about it, put it out there, and then it started gathering steam. Then other folks started chiming in. And then, again, Critical Overlord's video this morning, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Critical Overlord, great video. Critical Overlord is very credible and very trustworthy. So when I saw his video this morning, I'm like, okay, I want to respond. I want to get my thoughts out there, because a lot of you have already been messaging me directly to ask, what do I think about this? So that's what brought this video on. But I wanted to contact my source as well, not to just give you my thoughts on other videos or social media posts. Well, I did that, and I got a little more clarity on things. Now, again, don't have 100% clarity, okay? However, I got enough that made me confident to do this video. And I want to reinforce something that this, again, without revealing who it is, I'm not going to do that. But I will tell you this, that this particular person is someone who shared the information with me regarding radio silence officially not coming back, and Christopher Landon being the new director, which I reported on that Sunday back in July. I got that out there first, and then of course Critical Overlord also followed up that same day. So we kind of, hit it from both sides. And then 3 days later, it was all over the press as well. So this is, that same individual, very credible, very trustworthy, very close to things. So what I was told regarding Neve and Scream 7 is that she was actually signing on to be in the movie when the strike started. So one of the big questions that's been going around on the rumor mill is, was she negotiating? Was she in talks to be in the movie? Had she signed on, or what was the actual status? So the clarity I can bring is this, is that she was actually signing on when the strike started. Now, I don't know if the entire process was finished before the strikes or not. That's the only piece I don't know right now. I can't tell you that, but I can tell you this, that it wasn't that they entered negotiations. It was that she was signing on. And then all of a sudden, the strike hit like right around the same time as all came together. So what does that mean for us as a fandom? Well, I can tell you what I believe it means without any doubt in my mind personally, because, again, knowing the source that's telling me this, it gives me all the confidence in the world. I have no doubt whatsoever. So in my mind, 100%, Neve Campbell's back, guys. We got her back. I'm one of the ones out there that have been saying, I want Sydney back in 7. And I respect all of you out there who don't. I know that there's some that really just want to focus on moving forward and away from the legacy characters and getting new storylines, new people, whatever. And that's fine. You can totally feel that way, and it's okay. However, I don't share that sentiment. I do want Sydney back. In fact, I want her back in a prominent role. I don't want her to be in a glorified cameo. I want to see her with significant screen time, significant storyline. And I've even said it like this: if you're going to bring back the core 4, and I think they are, and or at least whoever they can get, if Jenna can come or not, we'll have to wait and see. But my thought is this: whoever they bring back from the current group, Melissa, Sam, Sam, I'm talking about Melissa, Sam, bringing back Chad, bringing back Tara, bringing all them back, and then hopefully we get all 4 of them. But my point is this: I want to see a storyline where it's kind of like a lot of these crime dramas. If you're watching these TV shows where they'll have 2 storylines in the show, in the 1-hour show, and they'll kind of spend time on one, and then they'll go to the other one, then they'll come back, and it's really balanced. It feels very balanced. It feels like both of the storylines are pretty much equal in terms of getting your attention and time. That's what I want. I want to see if we're going to have the core 4 or some portion of them back and Sydney back. I don't want it to be like 5, where Sydney comes in at the halfway mark and kind of helps things out, but she really wasn't focused on. That's not what I want to see. I want to see it like this: you've got the story with the core 4 going, then you've got Sydney's story going, and they are exactly 50-50 in the movie, half and half. And we spend time here, and then of course at the end they intertwine them. They bring them together at the end somehow, but for the most part of the movie, they have separate stories running. That's what I want to see. Now, would I be okay with a Sydney only movie? Yes. If we were to have a movie where Sydney was the lead, just like she used to be, like she's the one central figure, and it revolves around her, then I'm absolutely on board with that as well. That's another rumor that's been out there. Could there be a standalone Sidney Prescott movie? And if there is, then I'm all for it. No problem at all. I would enjoy that immensely. And there's so many possibilities you could do with that, with the Sydney story. So I'm definitely Team Prescott, Team Sydney, for sure. In whatever capacity it is, whether it's standalone or if it's with, the current core four. But that's my hope for what we'll see. But that's just kind of like sharing what I want, my wish list. But what we know now, at least, and I'm confident in sharing this to you guys because of, the source that it came from, is that she was signing on to be in the movie when the strike started. So either they got the signing done quickly and got it through, or they had to stop where they were and they'll resume it when the strike is over. Because remember, when this strike's going on, there's no signings. So there's no negotiating, there's no talking, there's nothing. But it looks like at this point, Neve was past the negotiation stage. She was signing on. So that is really good news. And I wanted to bring it to you guys. So listen, that's where I'm at. I wanted to share my thoughts. And this update brings some clarity to things. And I hope you enjoyed the update. Hope it brought you some clarity. But I want to know what you think about it. So leave your comments below right now in the comments section. Let me know. Do you want to see Neve back? What are your thoughts on that? Are you excited about the potential now of her coming back for sure? Leave your ideas. And what theories do you have about it? What do you think they're going to do? That's the exciting stuff to talk about now. But that's going to be all for this update, guys. Listen, I'll be back soon with more Scream and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thanks for watching.